Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you for joining us. Our today's seminar will look into the Islamic insurance and career prospect of Islamic banking, which is a seminar presentation. And first of all, my name is TIJANNI Muhammad from Nigeria. I'm welcome all participants that are joining us who are yet to be joining for this wonderful and remarkable presentation seminar. Let's start with the issue. When we talk about insurance, at times people misinterpret it and misunderstand it. But before we go deeply into that, we are having some expected area to be covered, which is, first of all, we are going to look at the Islamic insurance takaful and basis and principles of Islamic takaful. Why no to conventional insurance? It's a big question. Why no to them? So why no to conventional insurance? And we are going to also look at how does takaful work and module of takaful. We also like to highlight the difference between takaful and conventional insurance because it's significant. You need at least to understand the line demarcation so that it will give you more understanding and also more picture in terms of takaful and also conventional insurance. What are your careers? That is the last part of it, which I would like to admonish and also urge people to be very key into that area, which are the careers option of prospect, the careers option of prospect to be one of the Islamic banker or one of Islamic insurance person, which I do agree that a lot of us are so enthusiastic, they are developing enthusiasm to be part of such field so that they can contribute economically, direct or indirectly. So let's start with the issue of Islamic insurance, takaful. When we talk about the Islamic insurance, a lot of people are referring to the issue related to takaful. But conventional insurance, some scholars say there are line demarcation between conventional insurance is not a takaful. If you look at the definition, because conventional insurance is all about gathering people money, tapping people, and also key into something which is not relevant, and also make utilization of it based on gambling and speculation or uncertainty. But Islamic scholars do say, we are not saying that it's equivalent with what we want, but at least we are trying to establish and give out a system that can be in compensation of what those guys are rendering. So let's start with it so that we can understand it in more deeper. Islamic insurance is a term used for takaful. So they use this term for takaful. It's a form of insurance based on principle of maturity, mutuality, and cooperations in compressing the element of shared responsibility. And also they have a common interest and solidarity. So if we look at the Islamic insurance deeply, it's been in operation for more than 140 years back. It means it has been originated then before. And we also call it takaful. The word takaful is not an English term, but it's an Arabic term, which used for guaranteeing each other. So when we look at the history and also the understanding of takaful, it is a system whereby a caravans are moving from one place to another, and they will put their money together in order to encounter and also help any instances that will come later on without having much knowledge on it. They can tackle it. It means they can address it. So that issue that are coming up, we can refer it as a what? As a risk. So whatever kind of risks that are coming, the issue of insurance, the takaful pool, it's been used to address the risks or losses from unseen event. So whatever is coming on board, the unseen event that may happen or may not, it will be alleviated based on the use of takaful fund. So this is the genesis of what takaful is all about. So before we move forward, I would like also to talk about the uncertain event, for instance. The takaful is all about uncertain event, something that will happen unknowingly, something that will happen that we do not expect to happen. Or we do expect to happen, but we are not sure that it will or it will not. So if you look at such events, it's all about 4 things. Maybe accident. When you are moving, something may happen badly, accident. Uncertain event may be theft. Somebody may stole out your property. Uncertain event may be disaster or death. Maybe someone may die and he moved with you in that caravan and you wanted also to compensate his family because you moved together with them. Or disaster or something happened that is not planned, or disease, or somebody will be affected with the disease. You are in need of money to tackle such instances. So these are the uncertain events, important uncertain event that we need to look at it. That is accident, theft, disaster, death, or disease. This is the reason why insurance, when you ask the conventional insurance, this is the reason why they are more key into it. They want to be part of this so that they can address the issue if those issues happens. Okay, let's look at the basis and principles of takaful. If we understand the meaning and also the basis or how that takaful come to an existence and collaborate also or attribute with takaful, let's listen to or let's look at the issue or basis principles of takaful so that we can make more elaborate on that. Islamic insurance requires each participant to contribute into that fund. So it means it's a pool, it's a fund, is an organization being developed, is a system being developed to participate, to contribute, to give assistance. Is used to support one another, which each participant contributes a sufficient amount to cover expected claim. So we have a claims, we have some issues related to. Now I'm trying to develop the concept so that we can link it together with the contemporary insurance company. So and see the difference between the two. So initially, it's been developed. The basis and principles of takaful is being developed based on ta'awun. When I say ta'awun, I'm referring to mutual assistance between the group. I have a group, you have a group, and we think that this group should come together to develop something that if something happened within the society, because we call the groups as a society, for instance, within ourselves, we can tackle that without needing or without asking for assistance. So, but we are to contribute collectively. So that one we call ta'awun. In Arabic marxics, you can attribute it ta'awun. Ta'awun is a mutual assistance. We have also something called tabaru, which is based on gift or donation. So the basis of takaful also is related to this. You give out a donation, you can give it in a higher part of it. You can give it in a smaller aspect of it. Depends on what you have and depends on what you can contribute. And we have something called asabiya. When we call asabiya in a negative part of it is something that is not attribute. It's not something that is not allowed to be practiced based on religious perspective. Asabiya, but asabiya in these terms, I'm not referring to tribalism. Yes, because some can define it as a tribalism. So if you are not from my family, we neglect you. I would know. We are trying to say that the caravan that are moving or the society they are living together, they can form themselves and contribute based on tribal solidarity. We give out money outside there for people to maybe to make use of it. Making use of it is not that to do it the way they want it, no, to be based on takaful principles. So please, let's take the three notes. They are significant. We have ta'awun, we have tabarru, and we also have something called asabiya. These are the common background, which is policy holders cooperate among themselves to what? To give out the common of good thing in order to make some donation and contribution based on what we have said. So let's look at the first part of it. Policyholder have to cooperate among themselves for their common goods. It means they have to look at their common goods. They have to look at something that suit themselves in order to promote such things. Maybe they are having securities challenges. Okay, why can't you develop a pool whereby if somebody if somebody is being challenged based on security, we can have something to assist him or assist her. So this is a what? Is the policy holder, is the cooperative, that is the collective of different individuals. And number two, every policy holder pays a part of the contribution as donation to help those that in need of assistance, of course. So I paid my money will be taken to a pool. So that pool should be divided in the several different aspects, as we are going to see it in our future instances. So will be divided into several parts, and that will be rendered based on our needs. And number three, losses are divided and liabilities is separated according to the community pooling system. So the liability also, it has to be taken by people. The liability, if there are any losses or profit, definitely because the takaful money is being invested, you are to reinvest it in a certain pool. So if it happens that you find yourself in a system where in a situation whereby there are losses, it means definitely the liability has to be shared accordingly, according to the community pooling system. If there are profit, the profit also, it will be also considered and to be shared. We have uncertainty is eliminated in respect of subscription and compensation. It does not seek to drive advantage at the cost of others. So we are not using this, for instance, to make some people vulnerable, but what we are doing it, we eliminate the uncertainty. The subscription should be compensated, and also people that are so advantaged can pull more on it. Okay, why no to conventional insurance? That leads to us, why no to conventional insurance? If we are to go back to conventional insurance, we already know that the conventional insurance is based on premium, and it has three different things that we need also to discuss it. Please, there are some participants that their distance is still up. Please, can you mute yourself, please? It's distracting us. Thank you. Okay. Why not conventional insurance? That's the question that I have to ask myself. You have to ask yourself, and all of us need to have answer to such. Yes, the why no, that is because it's been rendering based on three things, as we are going to see. Okay.
Yes, please, sir. Carry on.
Yes.
Carry on, sir. Carry on.
Okay. Number one, conventional insurance. Conventional insurance is all about involving the element of excessive uncertainty. There is uncertainty on conventional insurance. How? It means I may, based on the rendered based on GARAR, maybe I can give out my money as a premium, but exactly I don't know the subject matter of the investment. The investment, I don't know what exactly my money will be investing in it. That's the first thing. There is a what excessive uncertainty GARAR in the contract of insurance. So insurance, you ask people to contribute premium, that premium is being stipulated, and also that money should be given to you, but actually that money can be key into some product that is not Sharia compliance. And there are some, the subject matter of the contract, that is indemnity, is not clearly identified or clearly stated. So in this part of it, the conventional insurance, having excessive uncertainty, excessive element of uncertainty, that is the subject matter is not defined, the subject matter is not there categorically stated, it means there must be something wrong with it and you are not advised to go into it. That's the first thing. Uncertainty is there. Number two, gambling, which is called maisir. Yes, it's gambling. It's all about gambling, because the future outcome of your own destiny, you don't know it. You don't know it how. I will contribute my premium, but it's based on maybe I may have an accident so that money should be compensated, or I may not. If happens to be there is an accident, it means I will enjoy my premium. But if there is nothing, something like accident happens to me, my money went in vain. So if you are to look at it carefully, you can see there is element of what? Gambling. It's based on game of chance. If, for instance, something happened you be compensated. If it does not, you are free and you cannot earn anything from your premium, from your deposits. So number 3 is interest, which is related to interest rate. Interest rate, you can, maybe your investment activities of the conventional insurance company should be channeled and also purely interest-based. They will invest your money maybe in an interest pool, which you don't know what exactly your money is being doing. It may be financing alcohol, that is alcohol company. It may be taken to maybe a pork company. It may be taken to tobacco or WMD, that is the weaponry, massive weaponry destruction, which is not allowed also in Islamic finance. So your money can be used through that. How does takaful works? Okay, let's look at how this the system works. After we are going to give the full demonstration of how that works. Let's see. Number 1, all participant policy holders agree to guarantee each other and insist of paying premium. They make contribution to a mutual fund or pool. The pool collected contribution creates the takaful fund. It means you and all of us have to have someone, have to have an organization or somebody that will manage our pool. We agree to form a takaful company, and we have someone that will be seen as the administrator who will be monitoring the activities of our deposit in order to take it for a for takaful fund. So let's see it as in that picture. First of all, you need to create the fund, takaful fund, and also collect the money from the individuals that agrees to to fund such kind of activity. So the second thing, the amount of contributions that each participant make is based on the type of cover they require. For instance, I may require, I may explain my cover. I wanted my cover to be based on health issue. I wanted my cover to be based on an education. I wanted my cover to be based on life. I wanted my cover to be based on accident, if there is any accident.
Please keep your mics muted, please. Raja Arun, keep your mic mute.
So in this scenario, depends on what you guys want or what you wanted to. So it will be based on that. So based on your suitable instances, based on your suitable things you want, that would be fully based on it. So let's look at it. The takaful fund is managed and administered on behalf of the participant by a takaful operator who charges an agreed fee to cover costs. So each and every cover, it has a stipulated amount to be paid. So it's possible the cover has a higher distance in order to maintain it, or lower, depends on what you guys want. So it will be based on that. These costs include the cost of sales and marketing, underwriting, and claims management. So if you are doing that, you shouldn't forget that there is a management and there is people that are managing the system, marketing parts. It has also to include their costs based on that. We are going to see it in a practical how takaful works. Any claims made by the participant are paid out of the takaful fund. So if, for instance, something happens to one of the people who contributed to takaful fund, the money will be dragged out or will be claimed based on the contribution and also based on the attribute, based on the claim being attributed by that particular individual. Maybe I invested in health, maybe I put my money in education, I put my money maybe in life, I put my money maybe in airplane crash, accident, or fire, or liability, or breach of trust. All these things are part of takaful operation that people need to understand it. And after you invested or you put your money into that particular system, it has to be based on that your claim should be. So let's look at models of takaful and how it works. We have different models of takaful. We have mudaraba model, we have wakala model, and we have hybrid model, we have wakaf model. But let's see how this works. First of all, like we said earlier, we have the combination or collective group of people that comes together and approach the administrator and form the administration. So the administration will sign the contract to manage the system. We sign the contract to manage the system.
Bushra Ramzan, mute your mic, please. Bushra Ramzan, mute your mic, please. Thank you.
Okay, so when they approached the system, the administrator decided, okay, let's give out this into two groups. The administrator, after agreeing and also being the administrator to work with this, it has two parts of it. The money shouldn't be go directly to a single pool. No, the money should be divided into two for each participant. One claims go to something that we call PSA, and the other go to PA. The PSA, what are we referring to PSA? The PSA is being referred to participant special account. Participant special account is the account being designed to settle the claim of individuals. But what of PA? The PA is a participant account, which is a strictly going to investment, strictly adhere to investment. So it has to go directly to investment. The PSA, if there is any claim, some damages, something happens, and somebody claims it, the claims of PSA should compensate what those individual or what those participants or what that individual claim. But PA is the Sharia compliance investment. The money should be channeled to Sharia compliance investment. It will be taken to investment, and that investment should be strictly Sharia compliant. Something like building, financing building, something like tangible assets, and is not something related to what? Something related to uncertainty, something related to interest, something related to what? Gambling. All these things should be free from four things: gambling, speculation, interest rate, and uncertainty. So the investment should be away from this, because they also have the group of advisors. Advisors are the people who give admonishment to the system or the kind of investment the takaful works with. So after, definitely before you finish it, it has to be something, there must be account we call surplus account. This surplus account, after the period being stipulated, because it has to be periodically, for instance, a 1 year takaful, this in insurance, Islamic insurance, that is the period of the pool should be 1 year. So after completion of this 1 year, the remaining money, claims and other money based on investment should be all submitted in surplus account. And the surplus account also should be distributed back to the investors. It means the contributors, policymakers, which I hope this demonstration is a little bit clear for those that do not understand it at the initial stage. Okay, let's look at the difference between the takaful and conventional insurance. We have a different part of it, but I suggested three, which should be the one to look into it, and the major difference between the two, conventional and Islamic takaful, should be first intent. The initial stage you intend under individual inter-disagreement, intentionally they go into disagreement to potentially help dogs experience the unfortunate situation or event. I went there to put my money in order to prevent such occurrences. That is my intent, that is my intention initially. On the other hand, a conventional insurance policy is purchased as a personal financial security. But under conventional, I do not go there for the intention of reducing this unfortunate situation, but I went there to buy insurance to myself alone. That is the personal financial security for an individual. for anything that may happen, any risk may occur, that should be a compensation to me. That is the first intention. The second, investment. So the conventional insurance, that is the investment unit of insurance, will invest based on the assessment of what fit their profile. So they don't care about Sharia compliance issue. However, the takaful investment will follow the strict principles of Islamic Sharia compliance. So it has to follow the Sharia compliance. So you can see the demarcation shouldn't be the money shouldn't be invested in what? In gambling, uncertainty, interest rate, money laundering, and other things. No, should be strictly Sharia compliance, something that Sharia do allow it to. But under investment conventional part of it, they don't care about the Sharia compliance. They move ahead and do what they think is appropriate. Rate of return. If there is extra money because of low claim rate in the issuers under takaful, it will be distributed to participants. It means when you finish your own claims, but there are surplus money, the money should also go back to you after removing the expenses and something that is relevant to what? Something that is related to the system, something that is related to the claimers. So the money should be going back to participants, those that contribute. But unlike conventional, the conventional, if something does not happen, definitely you have lose the money and the money is not longer yours. So you can see how that the difference between the two. But let's see in obvious manner of it. The takaful is based on mutual cooperation, based on mutual cooperation. I do agree, you agree, and we are going for it. And also the subject matter of that particular company, of that particular investment should be Sharia law and governed by the law. So it has to be Sharia compliant, the subject matter. But when we look at the opposite side of it, which is conventional insurance, based on commercial factors only. Yes, just if I can get money, I don't care where the money is coming from. If the money is more, if the money is this, if this is this, if that can be covered my own expenses, my own problems, I don't care where the money is coming from. And the subject to govern laws only, subject to government laws only. Yeah. Number 3, takaful plan holders and shareholders' capital can only be invested in Sharia compliance investment. Like I've said, it has to be Sharia compliance. It happens to be under takaful, but free from riba, and also should be free from riba, interest, garar, uncertainty, or maisir. All these things are something that Sharia compliance do not allow a Muslim or somebody that wanted to invest in takaful company to associate with. But in other direction, the capital of the premium for the conventional insurance is invested in the fund and investment channel that are not necessarily Sharia compliant. So it can be something that they want it only. It's not necessary to be Sharia compliant. So please let's take note of this, and has element of interest, gambling, and uncertainty. So they don't care to fund the pornography, entertainment industry. They don't care to fund the gambling, they don't care to fund interest bearing or credit creation in the financial institution. They can give this money to people to create such instances. So, and risks are shared under takaful, risks are shared and distributed among takaful participants who agree to jointly assume the risks. But under conventional, risk is transferred and passed only from individual to conventional insurance provider. So they are also to give insurance of what they are providing it to you. At once you defaulted, the compensation will be there and will be hugely over. So this is how all about, because of time limitation, and also Prof says that we have a lot of things to discuss. I try to just give us the background and also how this insurance company works. But also we need to have more guys, more people coming to our area, which is Islamic finance, Islamic economics and finance. That's why we are even advertising that those who are interested in it, please should also look for those qualifications that are so significant and also important. Once you have such, you are to start reading. By reading, you are to have an IFQ qualification, which is very simple qualification that also help in wealth management and takaful regulations. and supervisions, analysis, and consultancies. They are all very fantastic qualifications that you need also to study it and also be guided by you. So when you are having such qualification, you will be find very easier to be hired from the financial institution or any institution that wanted to hire people, experienced people like you. So please, we are advertising for all those that are interested in the field to start looking for such kind of qualifications. We have IFQ qualifications, that is Islamic financial qualifications. We have one that is being given out by professionals, that is Islamic financial professionals. There are many more which we have. Some are related to certain organizations like IOFI. You can find those ones there, like this qualification, ACCA qualification, but this qualification should be those even who are having the background profession in accountancy. Yes, it will help you definitely, and you will find this useful. So when you're having accounting background, economics background, business background, Islamic studies background, does not preventing you having such qualifications. They are very important. They assist you in determining the fate of yourself and also be part of the key decision makers on the field. So we also advertise, because that one also maybe question, you will be passed through that CBT test, and maybe the questions I think is around 100 questions and last for 2 hours. So if you study much, you understand the background as a student, those who are students and those who are so enthusiastic to be part of such instance, part of Islamic finance, should be go through that and also study high or study much to find it very easy to get acceptance in hiring and also given the practical aspect of what we have discussed. We have some organizations that do give us professional certificate in Islamic finance, like INSEFT in Malaysia, and where they have some areas like Islamic capital market. They have Sharia for Islamic finance. They have Islamic banking and Islamic wealth management. Professional certificate related to those areas are many and are plenty. So please, I'm also urging people, those that are so enthusiastic to be, please, you are also encouraged to go for that. It will give you a fully potential mind of being hired, because now there are scarcity of experts in this field. So how do we advertise and make it more distinct? Please, we are in need of human resources. The human resources should not be given such attribute or that opportunity unless they go through that line. So we are admonishing people, we are admonishing participants also to be part of it. I hope you find this presentation and other, the one that maybe may come later on, useful. And this also is another Islamic financial planner. You can see the FPMA and Islamic financial firm, which are all from Malaysia. They are rendering such kind of things because the Malaysia has gone far, definitely, in the system of Islamic finance. Thank you so much. I hope you find this useful, and thank you for listening to me. I'm TIJANNI Muhammad. Thank you so much. Prof, it's over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. TIJANNI. Such a concise and excellent presentation from your side. Definitely the participants who have attended here from my end and also from Nigeria, I can see a few people from Nigeria as well. So definitely they have learned a lot in it. And at the end, about the qualifications that you have mentioned, these are, I think most of them that you mentioned are from the Malaysia. Is there any other which is other than the Malaysia, as I could understand?
Yes, we have many from different part of the world, like UEA, and we have one that Islamic Institute, the TRIFE Institute, Digital Institute is giving. They are based in, and I think if I'm not forgetting, they are based in UAE, that is Dubai and Australia, if I may quote it right. And we have some from even that's the IOFI. It's known to all of us, but we have ones from. There are many.
These certifications are online, sir, most of them?
No, what I'm saying is, if you want it, I think I couldn't remember the entire list of them, but I can compose it and send it to you so that it will be available to all those that needs to be part of it. But the one that is in more online, and the one that maybe due to the kind of situation we are in now for COVID-19, IOFE are giving all these kind of professions based on online listing. You can have your courses online and through TIFE, you can have your interaction through TIFE, and they will give you any kind of qualification you want. That one will give you a more understanding and also will introduce you with the market of human resources. You will also be consulted or contacted at any moment. So please, I'm encouraging people to be part of that one.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, which one of these you would recommend to our students who are new, to say, in this field?
Yes.
And which one of these certifications should be the first one or the primary one? Which is to start with doing. To say that which.
Yes, definitely. I will recommend to your student and other participants to start with IFQ, which is Islamic Finance Qualification. Yes, IFQ. Yes. Because IFQ is giving more broader distance. Financial institutions, they are looking for those kind of people that are having such. So from there, they can see the advanced certification that they may need to do. It's something related to risks, which we are short of those that are related to this. But for the beginner, I will highly recommend the IFQ, Islamic Financial Qualification, to be first certification to be taken. Yes, thank you.
Okay, is there any eligibility requirement kind of format?
Yes, at least like this kind of classes we are doing and session we are conducting and seminars, they need at least to have a background. And for those that are having first degree, it means they have graduated from their first degree. It will be awesome to them to be part of, because they will be accepted, highly accepted. But for those that are still ongoing the program, they will have this thing in their mind, and also they will start reading widely related to Islamic finance and area related to such kind of this thing. It will help them obviously in improving their own skills, and also when it comes to the questions, they will find it very friendly and friendly user. Thank you.
Okay, another very important question from the student point of view. I hope one of the students might also ask this. That the fees for these certifications.
Yes, of course.
The preparation and all these things. Which one is more affordable? Which one is more affordable?
Yes, I think IFQ is more affordable, and also IFQ, I will suggest that people should channel to TIFE Digital, which I may even have a link with them. I will also maybe invite them when we are having another seminar, maybe next time, if you wishes. I will invite one of them to also give more light, because TIFE, they used to give discounts, but it's hardly to find a discount from the direct link with the other organizations. But TIFE do advertise it and give out the discounted rate to those people that are in need of it. So I will recommend hugely to go to TIFE Digital Institution, or if we are having another seminar, I will be kind enough to call one of them, to invite one of their one of their co-founders. They are from that is Dubai or Australia. Yes, they're having 2 branches. So he can come on board and also discuss on such issue widely.
Okay, what I could understand is that if our students or the people from any country, if they do these certification, the one you have mentioned, they will have the international employability value as well.
Of course.
They will, okay, so they don't need to have to do any extra kind of specialization or the training.
No.
Any international banks or any international financial institution to solve.
Once they have that qualification, what they also need to do is to keep themselves updating. The system, more especially economic, the system of contemporary system of financial this thing. Always there are a lot of updates. There are a lot of things that are coming on board. So at least you need to be up to date, and also that certification will assist you in having that. And the most beautiful part of it, when once you earn or you have that certificate, it will ginger you to start looking for the ahead certificate, because you are having more understanding and more broader fields, so that you will be key into it and tap from such fields. Yes.
Okay, Dr. Tajani, are you going to share these slides with our students?
Yes, of course I would. Yes, of course I will do that. Of course I will do
So
that.
we will be uploading it this webinar on the YouTube as well. So
Yes.
okay, I have one question, sir. Uncertainty. Generally, when we say that we need to handle the uncertainty, and for handling the uncertainty, we have the insurance as a, you can say, as an instrument to handle that uncertainty. Okay, so these things sometimes create confusion, because when you say insurance, we say everyone we find speaking that this is something un-Islamic.
Yes, of
Whereas the
course.
insurance is, yeah, insurance is handling the uncertainty. This is one way of handling the uncertainty. So, what is the Islamic perspective in this
Yes,
regard,
of
sir?
course. When we talk about uncertainty, we are not referring to all uncertainty is not allowed. No, we have minor uncertainty and major uncertainty. Minor uncertainty is the kind of uncertainty being key into through investment, for instance. Because now when you invested your money into a financial into a market, you are not sure that you are going to earn profit or lose. So you have no certain, but this kind of uncertainty is allowed because market is all about this. You may lose and you may win. You may earn profit. You may lose, maybe you may default it, or you may earn profit on that. So you are not certain. That is what investment is all about. But the uncertainty that's been drive and is being coming out obvious to you, for instance, something like risks. Now we already know there is something called rating agencies, credit rating agencies. When credit rating agencies access a financial institution and rated that financial institution higher risk, and you agree because you already know that the higher risk, the more the higher risk, the more the rate of return is huge. That is, the rate of return also should be huge. So based on that theory, you use it and said, yes, I already know that it's been obviously defined that this financial institution, it's exposed to high risks, but I will go for it and invest my money into it. So when I earn, definitely I know that I earn a lot of money. When I lose, I may lose the entire property I'm having. That one is gambling. It's no longer a what? An investment, because it's already known to you. And some, there are likely of 78, 98, or 88 to 99% likely to default. And you agreed, yes, I will put my money into it because when I win or when I earn or when I succeeded, it means I have a lot of money. When I fail or I defaulted, I lose everything. So this one is no longer an uncertainty, the one we are talking about. This one, it seems as a gambling because you already know that you are exposed to risks, more to risks, but you agree to invest in it. So on certain level in an insurance company, when we talk about the insurance company, is the system where the insurance company do give you back about something that you are uncertain to it. If you default, that thing should be compensated. That thing should be rendered to you. But when you are succeeded, you do not, you lose your money. So if, for instance, there is no line demarcation between it and gambling, because now you are putting your premium for 1 year. So when this premium period lapses, it means you have nothing. If nothing happens to your phone, nothing happened to your laptop, nothing happened to any something that you insured, nothing happens to it, it means you will not get anything. But when something happens to your own system, when something happens to your own this thing, what you have contributed, it will be compensated by paying you back. So in this scenario, we are saying it's huge of gambling. It's unlike takaful. Takaful, you contributed and you are expecting to be paid back, even nothing has happened. Even you haven't experienced any difficulty. Even you do not default it. But in conventional insurance, that is being considered and also look into it only if you are defaulted. But if you are successfully, your money went in vain. I hope I answered your question.
Mr. TIJANNI, thank you very much for this presentation, and thank you, Prof, for sharing the invite. Thank you very much to be participants in this impactful presentation. So my question is, I was made to understand that in the conventional insurance, either that's maybe in your, maybe you are into maybe health insurance. If maybe you had a low claim or high claim as far as the month have gone by, that means you have already exhausted your monthly claim. So I don't know if it is the same with Takafu, that's Islamic insurance.
Yes,
Yes, good question.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a very good question, by Alamin. Yes, Takaful, like I've said, if you start the program with us, I do say that Takaful is all about ta'awun, which was mutual assistance. It's all about tabarruk, which is give and donation, and also asabiya. But asabiya is tribal solidarity. So you don't care about you exhausted your destiny. You will be contributed definitely. The reason why they are even making investment with the money is because of such kind of issues. Maybe the money you contributed, it won't tackle your needs. It won't tackle your instances. So maybe your claim may be higher than this. So they are not looking at what you have contributed should be channeled to you in other way. But also it's important, the contribution is important, but also they would invest your money. That's why your money is being divided into two. The one go for PSA and the other one go for PA. So when the PSA is not catered, it's not tackled your issues, definitely there are more surplus on the surplus account. That should also be used to utilize. And at the end of the day, the money remains should also be what? Distributed to. Islamic Takaful Company, they are operating based on unilateral contract, unilateral, while the conventional insurance is all about bilateral. So you can see the line demarcation. Unilateral is all about the mutual assistance and helps, while bilateral is all about agreement and is all about what? Conventional past. I hope I answered your question. Yes.
This is the basic difference between the general insurance and the Takaful as well.
Yes, of course. Yes, okay. Of course.
So we cannot we cannot interchangeably use the word insurance and Takaful. We cannot interchange.
That's the reason I started with that kind of explanation. I say some of the scholars do not agree that.
Because the general misunderstanding is the people say the kafil is an Islamic insurance.
Yes, that's the common term used. Say this, that's the common term used in order to attribute that. The problem we are having this is the copyright of what conventional systems are doing. We have a product, we have our personal product that would be amazing when it's been advertised over there. People will start key into it. But you look at something that is conventionally in operation and try to copy the name and give to that. It won't be possible. We can't move ahead attracting people with the such instances of those that we already know they are not on the right path, for instance, based on Islamic perspective. Based on Islamic perspective. I have a student, when I started my lectures with the convention, they said, sir, you told us that this is not, I said, no, now we are in a conventional system, not Islamic system. So when we come to Islamic issues, we'll also discuss about such kind of issues. So what I'm saying, the copying name from conventional system to Islamic system also contributed hugely in dragging people's mind to another perspective, which is not, shouldn't be like that. I hope I answered your question, Alamin.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mujibur Rahman. Yes,
sir, before attending the seminar, I was in a doubt that some people say that insurance is totally haram in Islam. But after attending the seminar, I get to know about that it's not haram. Means there is some relaxation.
Yes, of course. Even
this is basically the confusion that is we wanted to clear through this seminar.
Yes, exactly. The insurance, the name insurance is not what makes the product halal or haram. The insurance is all about name giving. It's the same thing like calling me TIJANNI or any person else, or you, Muji, for instance. So it does not make me practice, it does not make this thing, the product being named by the name is halal or haram. What we have to look into it is the practice, the activity of that kind of product. So the kind of the activity, if for instance, the conventional insurance may stay away, may keep themselves aloof from gambling, speculation, and uncertainty related to interest rate, there is no single view and evidence that would justify their what? Their impermissibility. They are permissible, they are allowed, and you can use it, you can participate it. But the reason why the Islamic economic system or Islamic finance do not allow such instances to be manifested itself is the reason is because there is a gambling in it, there is an uncertainty in it, there is a speculation, and above the all interest rate. So that's what makes such kind of product not allowed and prohibited. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'm also thankful to Dr. TIJANNI that he has spared his time in spite of this, that he had the class right now at this time. But we had already scheduled the seminar. So grateful, Dr. TIJANNI, that you come over and it was the time for the seminar.
Thank you so much, Prof. And so I think since we have no question, no nothing, we are going to end it, right? Thank you so much, participant, and I hope to see you next time when we're having such kind of seminar. Thank you so much, and my pleasure. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. TIJANNI and all the participants from Nigeria and Pakistan, thank you very much for coming over. Okay, take care. Assalamu alaikum. Sir, you may please close the session.
Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum.